Hey everyone, it's Butta. I'm back, and we are looking out over the brand new R region in the new Linden Homes continent of Bellisseria. And I wanted to do a quick video today showing off the new homes a little bit and talking about how to use all the different features of these boats. So this is the brand new all houseboats area that just opened literally about 45 minutes ago. And as you can see, there's already people who have their boats out, and these are all ready, as best I can tell, 100% sold out. As a matter of fact, if we pull up the map here, you can see that this area is just literally filled and filled and filled with avatars. As a matter of fact, it's better now than it was when people first popped in. And I'm hoping there are still some of these that they're getting ready to release, but it's so slow it's not even loading up all the map. But you can see all of the residents that are here in Bellisseria looking at these new houseboats. It looks like maybe there's still some up here. I don't know if I'm just not seeing the dots right now or if people are gone. Anyway. So, I actually have a previous houseboat, but my very good friend and aptly named Dwed Pywit Wabbits is here to help me with his new boat. And what I wanted to do was to show everyone how these work and all of the different options you have, and make it so that people who get one of these kind of know how to work with them right away. So let me switch over to him. Here we go. And we'll take a look. So these are the houseboats, and the same holds true really for the regular houses as well, in terms of control. But there are two main things that you want to do if you want to look at all of the different options that are available for your boat or for your home. Now, the first is going to be outside of your actual home, and it's going to be this life preserver or life float. I don't even know what they call it. Life preserver ring, whatever they're called. And this is what it looks like on the houseboats. And this is your house controller. And then on the homes, it actually looks like a mailbox that's right out in front of your house. And this is what lets you choose what your house looks like. Now, each of the options, the houseboats and the houses, have 4 different home choices. So if I click on this, I'll get a box that pops up, and it lets me choose between the Wallower, the Windlass, the Barnacle, and the Evening Star. So right now, this is the Evening Star, I think. So if I want to switch to the Wallower, I can just click that. House goes away, and we get a brand new house. So this is what the Wallower looks like. It's got one large room inside. It's got 2 doors on the front and on the side. And it's got this really big patio up at the top. And this is actually the home that I use over on my houseboat. And then the second one is the Windlass. And this one is more, I guess, more traditional home-like in some ways. It is, again, it's got this little kind of patio on the front. It does have some doors here that open. Inside, it's got this one big open space with 2 different levels. A little niche here. And then the upstairs part is just leading out through this door to this larger patio. So that one's kind of nice. And then the Barnacle is this one here. And this one has, again, the patio around the front. It's got the door here, which is a glass door. I think a lot of the other ones are wood doors. Again, one big room on the inside. It's got a little more modern feel here with the circular windows and the glass accents. Upstairs is a bedroom, basically. And then, of course, double doors leading out onto a smaller patio up here. And then the last one, quick, we'll go back to the Evening Star, since I didn't really talk about it too much. And the Evening Star is interesting. It doesn't really have an easy, quick way to get to the top. It's got this ladder here which you can walk up, but the top is not accessible from the inside or with like the wallower from those stairs. But then on the bottom floor, it's just a very simple open space, double sliding doors, with this very large sort of open area part in the back here. So each of them is a little bit different, and they're all nice in their own way. And I think you see a lot of them if you look around. People have chosen different ones for different reasons. All right, so what else can we get to on here? The next thing we can get to is number 5, and this is basically a note card that gives you lots of information about your houseboat or your regular house. And then number 6 here is the content creation pack. Now if you click this, you're going to be given an object, and inside the content creation pack are sort of a bunch of different things, but to me there's really 3 things that are most important. Number 1, it's got a package with some matching textures, so matching wall textures, matching floor textures, etc. So if you want to build extra walls into your home, you can grab those textures and have it match exactly. The second thing it contains is the official Linden Homes security orb, which has a defined set of rules about how home security can work. You cannot have band lines in Bellisseria, so if you want to have security, you need to use a security orb, and that orb has to follow a certain set of rules. So this one is provided by Linden Lab free of charge, and it's available in this package as well. And then the last thing in there that's kind of neat is just some accessories to help get you started, some thematic accessories, especially for the houses, not so much for the houseboats, but especially for the houses. They have walls and fences and landscape materials, which are really very helpful. But there's some other nice things here for the houseboats as well. All right, so that's what you can get to from this. Now, once you have chosen your model, or as you're choosing it, there's a couple things that you can do. You've already seen me click open and close the doors. You can also click on the windows to draw the shades so that those can go up and down. If you're in the houses, it's very interesting. If you click on the window itself, it will actually open and close the windows. And if you click the shade at the top, is how you'll actually get the shades to open and close. So those actually have a dual function that we don't have on the houseboats. I think that's really all there is that you can click on in these doors and windows. And then there's this button, and it'll be near the front of your boat somewhere. Looks like a little house. When you click on this, this is your overall control panel. Now the control panel lets you do a variety of things, from redecorating to granting people access. So if you want to let other people open and close your doors and do certain things with your home, you can click on access. And when you do that, you can set it to only you, to anyone, or you can add a name. So if I wanted to add Butta to Mr. Pirate's boat here, I could go ahead and put in my name, click submit, and you can see over here it says the following people are now on your access list. And if I go back, you can come in here and you can say, I want this access control panel to be available to list. And now if I was to switch back to Butta, she'd be able to open and close the doors. I don't know how much of the control panel she can actually use, but that's a good way to give people access, especially to getting in and out of your house. We'll look at broader access permissions in a second. All right, clicking back onto our control panel. The next thing we can do is go to doors. Okay, and doors is how you choose whether or not doors should auto close. Okay, so now the door is set to automatically close 10 seconds after you open it. If you want your doors to always stay open, make sure that auto close is off. Okay, you just click stay open, and now when I open them again, they'll stay open. There we go. Windows. Okay, you can choose very quickly if you want all your windows to be covered. And you can see now all the shades are down. And I can move just single ones of them up. Or I can go back and say, you know what? I don't want to live like a hermit out on the water. And I click Windows and just say uncovered. and it'll open them all up. But if you do need to close them all quick because you're doing something private, you can do it really quick. All right, last thing in here is the Redecorate option. And the Redecorate option basically lets you go through and change how things look. So let's turn around here, look at the back of the house so we can see more. All right, so let's say I want to look at the floors. And right now it's got this red-brown texture. Maybe I want to go with the natural texture. Click that, changes the floor texture. Warm brown changes the floor texture. I go back. Let's say I want to look at the walls. And right now I think there's some wood, but maybe I want to go with some more color. So I'll change them to mango, which is this orange color. Or watermelon, which is a red color. And so there's lots of these you can do. You can change the outside of your boat. Let's say right now it is that mango color. Maybe I want it to go with a little more natural look. So I can change to the natural. And to add some color in, maybe I'll go back here and go to the trim. And I'll make the trim be white. And I'll go back and I'll say window trim is going to be, let's go to that mango. Oh, I don't have mango as an option. Let's go with watermelon. So you can go through and you can customize these really a great deal and make it so that your boat looks a little bit different from everyone's around you, even though everyone might be using the exact same model. So that's what those do. One more thing I want to take a quick look at while we're here and talking about houseboats and parcels on Bellisseria. If you're on your boat, and again, I'm in Catnip, it's a little bit different in Firestorm, but it's basically the same. And I go here to World, and I go to About Land. This is going to give you all of the different options for your parcel of land. And there's a couple things that you really should consider setting when you move in. Let's start on the Options tab. So by default, when you get your first houseboat, when you move in, this is how access is going to be set up. Everyone can fly, everyone can run scripts, but only members of your group can build and let objects fly in. If you want everyone to be able to build, you can set that. If you want everyone to have access to objects, you can set that as well. Just remember, if you do allow everyone access to build, you want to switch over to the Objects tab and set an auto return at some reasonable level so that if somebody does come and decide to grief your property, you can at least automatically return their stuff if you're not there. So I set the auto return to 5 minutes, for example. Back to options. The safe option turns on whether or not people can be damaged / killed on your property. That can be kind of fun. Most people don't need it on. The one that's really, really important here, I think is super important for people to know, is this one. Avatars on other parcels can see and chat with avatars on this parcel. So right now this is turned on, and I can see Butta over there sitting on the shore. If I turn this off, you'll see that she disappears. I don't see her anymore. And I won't see anyone else around me. And as a matter of fact, if I switch back over to the other screen, let me see here. There we go. If I switch back over to the other screen here, you'll see that I can't see the avatar on that parcel. So if you want to be able to keep things a bit private and not have people see you when they're not on your parcel, that's a great way to do it. It's a great setting to set. I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on for now. One of the things that I do like about leaving it on here is that then I can see people when they're sailing by, and I can say hi to them or people when they're walking by, because there are always people around, and there's a great community atmosphere in Bellisseria right now. All right, so those are those options there. Next, let's look over on to the Sound tab. These are so important, and please, please, please set these on your parcel. The first one is restrict gesture and object sounds to this parcel. You may love the sound of your wind chimes. You may love the sound of your seagulls flying overhead, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone does. And when you res things out on your property that make sound, if you do not check this, that means that everyone in whatever area that sound emits from can hear that sound. Some people like it, some people don't. So it's generally, especially with how tightly packed these homes are, it's generally considered just a nice thing to do to check this and restrict those sounds to there. Same thing holds true for voice. If you're going to voice a lot, I love to voice in Second Life. It's just a lot easier than typing, but not everyone wants to hear your conversation. So if you are going to voice on your property, it's just a great idea to go ahead and check that. Unless you don't want to voice at all, then you can just disable it entirely. Last thing I want to talk about is access. You'll notice up at the top, you cannot restrict who can come to your parcel generally. In other words, no ban lines. You can't set it to your group. You can't set it to access list only. Your boat is, or your house in Bellisseria is open to everyone. But you can add people to your ban list. So if there's somebody bothering you and you don't want them there anymore, add them to your ban list, and then you can just kick them off your property and they can't get back on. So that's the best way to handle them. There's lots of other options in here that you can take a look at. Make sure you read through the covenant. Things are different. You can actually have skyboxes here in Bellisseria, which is different than the old Linden homes. But read through this. There's a lot of good information about what you can and can't do. 351 prims. The houseboat itself does not count against that, so you can use all 351. And there are some super amazing places to visit and super amazing houses that people put together. I'll include a link in the description to some of the best places that I've found so far, but really I suggest you just get out and explore and look at what people have done and say hi to your neighbors and get to know people. And I find that people are more than happy to talk about what they've done and their favorite places to buy things and so on. So that's the new houseboats, and I hope that everyone benefits from this. I hope that if you didn't know exactly where all of these different controls were, you do now. I know that the demand for getting these boats is pretty high, and a lot of people want them and are not getting them, which is unfortunate. I think we probably will see another big slew of homes and boats in late June or early July after the Second Life birthday party. The Lindens and Moles have already been talking about introducing some different models besides just the current set of homes and houseboats. So that'll be nice to see. But in the meantime, keep checking the website if you want one of these. For premium members, they're nice and pretty easy to get. So when they're available, and hopefully they'll pop in and out here over the next few days. And if you haven't gotten one, you'll get a chance to. So that's it. That's the new homes and how to use them and how to take advantage of them. And welcome to Bellisseria if you're a new resident. And I hope to see you around. Make sure you stop by and say hi. My parcel is always open, and I love getting visitors. So. That is all. Take care, everyone, and have a good day. Bye.